Welcome to EconoChat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. I am your hostess, Elsabi Timnyani, and it is a lovely day today, I should say. Mr. Daniel Steinman, a warm welcome to you as well.
Thank you, Elsabi. You know what the old Germans say? When the full moon in July is come and gone, the winter is also come and gone.
And I can see
and
that.
And the full moon was last Friday.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. Now I know that.
Yeah, I don't know if
really
it is true, if it's just an old wives' tale, but it's well known in the German community. You know, if the July full moon is passed, you don't need to take out your jersey again.
Well, they say the elderly knows best.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They've been around for a while.
Yeah, they have. So it is EconoChat. For those who just tuned in, we talked about the income tax last week, and we have been saying that we will talk about it again. But as Mr. Daniel Steinman just told me now, that there has actually been a request that we need to talk about it again. Give some more clarity on what the income tax really is. But touching on the income tax relief is what we will be talking about. Also how household budgets are under strain in regards to a lot happening in Namibia as well. And some people say that we shouldn't say that there is a crisis when it comes to us. The lower budget people suffering.
There's definitely a crisis. I talk to people every day.
But there is a crisis. We can feel it in our households every day. Every day.
It's not a matter of opinion. It's borne out by fact.
Yeah.
If your groceries went up, your grocery bill, by 40% in 24 months, you are in trouble.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who tries to soft soap it or put it in fancy terms. It is a crisis.
It is. Definitely. So.
And if the Bank of Namibia takes the interest rate from 3.5% to 7.5%, it only adds to the crisis. But I'm going to give you a few facts later on.
Oh, okay. That would be very interesting. So, talking about the income tax relief, like I said earlier, that there were requests that we need to just elaborate more on it and basically talk about the income tax relief. What does the income tax, amendment bill, what does it entail?
Elsabi, can I pop your bubble before we...
Please do.
Okay, remember what we discussed 2 weeks ago is where this come from. And it was notice given by the Minister of Finance in Parliament of 4 amendment bills that he wants to table. First one was the Income Tax Act. Second one was the VAT Act. Third one was the Transfer Duty Act. And the last one was the Stamp Duty Act. Now, number 3 and number 4, they pertain to property and relatively expensive property. So for the ordinary guy, the impact would be very limited, although I'll get into a little bit detail later on the transfer duty side, not entirely so that you can ignore it. The VAT, the amendment to the VAT Act is to take the threshold for VAT compliance or VATable registration from $500,000 to $1 million Namibia dollar turnover per year. Now that the minister said in his speech, now remember this speech was delivered on Thursday the 28th of February 2024. Now you can go count it, March, April, May, June, July. 5 months later, nothing has happened yet. But he did give indication. He gave notice that he's going to table these 4 bills. And the last one was, or actually the first one, the most important one, the Income Tax Amendment Act, with various, I think about 8 or 9 major amendments, and then a few smaller ones, cosmetic ones. Amongst others, and this was very funny when I read it, is that the rand, South African rand sign, has never been changed in the Income Tax Act from 1981. So we still pay income tax in rand. So this is one of the minor, of the cosmetic changes. But the important changes, this is what I want to talk a bit more today, and this is what I would ask specifically, even if this person that spoke to me said, even if it means that you have to repeat what you said last week, we want to hear it again. So let's look at a few practical values. Then you can understand what this is all about. The 0 rated threshold.
Yeah.
Now that is a mouthful. Let's go back to the semantics. If you earn below a certain level over 12 months, so it's annual income, what you earned for the whole year, then you didn't pay any tax. That level currently is 50,000 Namibia dollar per year. The amendment bill proposes that level, that threshold, is increased to 100,000 Namibia dollar per year. Now that is a very, very significant change, because it's 100% increase. You can see from the values that I've mentioned that under the old regime, or the one that is still the existing legislation, it's 4,100 per month. And when the amendment bill becomes act, when it's promulgated, it's going to go up to 8,300 per month. Now, it is not a fantastic salary, but it is also not nothing.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of thousands of people in our country that would only be too glad to earn 8,300 a month.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth, let's quickly go for a short walk, and then we come look at what is the impact of this increase in the threshold.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go for that short break.